We are live at Collectco, Lebanon, Tennessee. And I'm going to show y'all the collection I just picked up today. Outside of Birmingham, actually just north of Birmingham, Alabama. I have brought it back here to Lebanon, Tennessee. And we usually do this kind of stuff in the back room, but I've temporarily made the front part of the store an operation center, as usual. Usually when we get back from these buys, it all comes through the front door. Sometimes it comes through the back door, depending on how much space we have. But first thing I do is get rid of cardboard. Step number one. Records, for some reason, are always stored in vodka boxes. It's like a perfect size. So for some reason, we're always getting collections. They're in Bacardi boxes. They're all in some kind of whiskey or some sort of alcoholic box. Records are always stored in them. So it's too late for this. It's never too late for Facebook Live. Plus, I've got to do it anyway, so I figured everybody would want to watch while I do it. So I kind of went through them. You know, I look at records, I buy them. Sometimes don't take even all of them out of the boxes. And then they end up back here. And then we do our thing with them. So let me show you kind of what we do. I've already unboxed two. First thing we do, we get rid of the cardboard. We put them in our crates here. And kind of a quick flip. I don't want to show you too much. You know, this is kind of like just a quick preview. But original owner collection. And guy started buying music probably in the mid-60s. So you're going to see stuff from as early as he kept his first three records he ever bought, which was Introducing the Beatles, Meet the Beatles. You know, he had the first three U.S. releases, and those were framed hanging on his wall. So he started buying music in 63, 64. Savoy Brown, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, Grand Funk, April's Going to Bed, thank you. John Young, I think there may be a couple Beatles records, but he kept those three, and I don't know if I've seen any others. We're about to find out, though. Doors, Pink Floyd, Steely Dan, a couple cool Leonard Skinnards. Don't see that one too often. That's an MCA pressing, but it's very nice. But there's so many collections where it's just a snapshot. You could tell. I mean, this is one of those deals where a record hasn't been bought in here since 1987. And he hardly ever got rid of anything. Rage of Order, I doubt it. Not much 80s hard rock and metal. You're going to see a lot of essentials like that's in every 60s, 70s collection, like Steely Dan's. See that one a lot. Soundtrack, Don Ross, Marshall Tucker Band, Moody Blues. Every collection is going to have some Moody Blues albums. You got your Journeys. They're a little dusty. We're definitely going to have to bring these. We're going to have to bring these back to life. We will give them good cleanings, cover and vinyl. Jefferson Starship, Kansas, Carole King, Nicolette Larson, Foreigner, Grand Funk, FM soundtrack, Foghat, Dan Fogelberg, Stevie Nicks. The vinyl's really nice. They're just dusty. I checked probably half of them. I checked, you know, the big hitting stuff. But vinyl's nice on all of them. Very well taken care of, as you can see. They've been stored in a garage. So, yeah, this is what Dad's stash. Yeah, I would call this the quintessential Dad rock collection. I've bought a bunch of them before. So I'm going to be taking these out of the boxes and kind of showing you what's in some of them as I unbox them. A lot of this I'm seeing, I mean, I kind of counted them. I knew what kind of genre it is. I knew what kind of genre was in here. So it's pretty easy to buy once you know that. After you know genre and quantity. That one's actually got the fold out still attached to it. It's been double folded or something. What's going on here? Oh, I'm not going to mess with it right now. It's not been folded properly though. Bob Seger. Yeah, the quintessential dad rock collection here from the 60s and 70s. Seger, South's Greatest Hits, Leo Sayer, Bachman Turner Overdrive, of course. BTOs in every collection. REO Speedwagon, Tommy. Hey, that one has his name on it. Three Dog Night, 38 Special. Let's see what we got here. James Taylor, Jethro Tull, Seals and Crofts, Santana. Let's see what label that's on. Second label. So hard to find. Especially a nice one with a poster. Or is that the Santana? I think I get the Santanas confused which one was originally a 2i Woodstock. Let me take a look at this one. These are always another record. So hard to find. Nice. Plus my fingers are dirty with dust. That one looks pretty clean. Looking at 1/3 of one disc. Venus and Mars, London Town. Here's some Beatles. There's a couple McCartney albums. Uriah Heep Live. Uh-oh, Hot Rocks. We can count on John Young asking what's on side 4. Hey, it just came in. I knew it. I don't know if I can get to it or not. Let's see here. This one's definitely going to grade about a VG. This is definitely going to be a check condition. This is why we never show records right out of the gate. We always clean and inspect them. Some people's like, why don't you just go live and start selling them? And I'm like, well, you wouldn't want that. Side 4 Dead Wax. X16599X. XZAL11018. Plus, I shouldn't be doing this with one hand. My fingers are very dirty. These are very dusty. Van Halen. I'm not going to pull any more disc out. Original inner sleeve. I remember looking at that one. It was very clean. Stones records are always kind of beat up, though. So if you ever see us sell a nice Rolling Stones record, especially a Hot Rocks or any of their early stuff, then it's usually $34.99 for a reason, because it's nice. Not the one I'm looking for, of course. So y'all just seen that. I'm going to unbox the rest of these and try to get them in crates with one hand. I was going to do this on my tripod and stuff, but I'm just so used to having my phone in my hand. I feel like I've highly trained. Let me just put these in here. I'm highly trained holding the camera. Billy Joe, Janice Ian, the Hollies. I see on All Things Must Pass. We have about, I'd say we have 15 or 20 in the back that's in that condition. Once again, people's like, why don't you put them out? Because they're probably not in playable condition. Or we're trying to find a nice box. Concert for Bangladesh, that don't look too bad. Stevie Nicks, I remember checking this one. All the Stevie Nicks are very nice. When I'm looking through a collection, you know, some stuff I just assume without even looking at it, it's not nice. Like Beatles records or Stones records. Some things I actually check, like, you know, if I'm going to buy a collection, it's going to have Pink Floyd records in it. We're definitely going to check the Pink Floyd. We're going to check the Led Zeppelins. I don't remember seeing this. Decca. Someone got colorful with the Who. Costello. Let's see. I hadn't seen any Corey Hart. Not much 80s pop. Seals and Croft, Jackson Brown. You got your quintessential 70s Southern rock, classic rock here. Fleetwood Mac. for me as a record store owner, this is worth a 6-hour trip. This is, hey, there's some 80s pop rock, Huey Lewis. I don't remember seeing that. The Foreigner stash and the Frampton stash. Some of this is in alphabetical order. That's why we're hitting little pockets of artists. Little Feat. Don't see that one too often. 1971. Self-titled. Sills and Croft, Jackson Browne's first album. That's all that. Just chunk the boxes on the floor. Let me go get another crate. Let's slide this one off. I'm going to record this, repost it, and then I'm going to try to upload it to YouTube as well later. It'll take a while to download it and everything, but so yeah, if you're just hopping on, 9 times out of 10, record collections are stored in vodka boxes, and we bring them in and unbox them. And that's what I'm showing you right now. We get them in crates. We get rid of cardboard ASAP. Oop, there's Dire Straits. We get rid of cardboard ASAP. We put them in these crates we use. Let's see. I think I put those in there backwards. Looks like we've hit the... Let's see what we got here. Elton John. Elton. ELO. Don Henley. Eagles. James Gang. ELP. ELO. And Dire Straits. That one looks very nice. I'd say on average the covers here are going to be VG+. Definitely going to need a wipe down. They're very dusty. So far, 90% of the vinyl I've seen is very clean. Now if this one's nice, it'll be a miracle. This one's another prime example of a record that's, well, yeah, that is nice. Crosby, Stills and Nash, CSN. It's a nice looking decade. A little bit of, I always check the spine on these. This is a triple album. The spine didn't ever hold up too well on this. Don't have much ring wear though. Christopher Cross, of course. So now we just need a Pablo Cruz. We have found the Christopher Cross. He's in every record collection. And here's one probably one of the few records so far I've seen I'm unfamiliar with. Crimson Tide. Of course, this guy was a big Alabama fan, so that makes sense. And then Muscle Love. Box is in nice shape, surprisingly. Let's see what we got here. I see the doobies. Some of these are a little backwards. We'll have to fix them on the fly here. We got Madman Across the Water, America Live, Neil Young. Let's flip these around. These are every which way. Jim Croce, Joan Baez, Elton John, Doobie Brothers. Let's see here. Frampton, Guess Who? More Elton John. Neil Diamond. Well, we have most of Elton's discography, which is a common occurrence in most 70s collections. Along with the Neil Diamonds. Oh, there's more. There's the live one. There's Yellow Brick Road. Friends. And other doobies. So this guy had a framed, I told you he had three framed Beatles records hanging on his wall. And he had 3 framed Beatles records hanging on his wall. And then he had another copy of Madman Across the Water hanging on his wall. And we made conversation about it, of course, because if I seen somebody have that album framed hanging on their wall, I'm like, this guy must think the same way I do. He must think it's a fantastic album. And he served in the Marine Corps, and he said he was at Parris Island, and they were, I don't know the military lingo he used, but it was like a tent or something, like a mess tent, and somebody was playing Madman Across the Water, and he walked by, and he heard it. They were playing, I don't know, I guess the first side, Leave On or Tiny Dancer. He said, who is this guy? Of course, this was 1960s, '72 when the album came out, and he was hooked on it since then, so I thought that's pretty neat. Me and this guy share common. I see a Led Zeppelin 2. Uh-oh, we might have to check that. There's about 2 or 3 of these boxes I don't think I've even looked at. I just counted them, so I'm seeing some of these for the first time. Wow, there's a Taiwan Green River. Let's see if it's on colored vinyl. No. I'm assuming that's Taiwan. A very low quality record, but we always sell them because they're unique. Never was a Christopher Cross fan. He's actually a heck of a guitarist. There's a YouTube clip I've been meaning to share in the group. Let's see, CCR, Wishbone Ash. There's Heart. I bet we could sell that right now. How many people's been asking for Heart the last couple of nights on Facebook? A lot of this stuff's been asked about recently. That's why I was glad. Woo. Yeah, I looked at this. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 Sabbath albums. There's Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. There's a Relics. It's very nice. I remember checking that one. Yeah, I think I've been through this box, or at least half of it. It's got a divider in. There's the Best of Free. You can consider that one sold. Ooh. Captain Beyond with the lenticular cover. Very nice. Savoy Brown. Mountain. Pete Townsend, Ronnie Lane. Buffalo, Manfred Mann. Best of Canned Heat, Nugent. Harvest label, Obscured by Clouds. Almost said Saucer Full of Secrets. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I see Buffalo's First. Let's see if it's got the track. Does it have For What It's Worth on here? It does. I think the OG, the true first pressing of that, doesn't have For What It's Worth on it, which means it's worth more. But also, when I tell people that, they don't buy it because I've already checked this. Wait, I don't think this is the one I checked. Is there 2 of them? I thought I already looked for RL. I don't want to get it out. My fingers are way too dirty to possibly be holding an RL pressing. So, Deep Purple, of course. iRobot, Iron Butterfly Live. And Grateful Dead. Don't see that one too often. Grateful Dead from the Mars Hotel. Does this actually have a title? That is the title, yeah. I've only ever had that maybe once or twice. And someone asked earlier about the 45s. They're laying right over here on the counter. I filmed that flip video last night, and then Ed cleaned and worked on them today. Wow, wheels of fire. I'm getting excited at looking at these because now I remember checking this because this thing was immaculate. Plus, it's been kept in a sleeve, original inner sleeve. It's like a near mint minus. And this is the White Album. This is a plum label, definitely a later pressing. It's got the poster. It's the orange capital label. It's got the poster. He said his brother took the inserts out at some point. And there's Queen. This is very nice. Of course, this cover will clean up. That's just dust right there on it. That's not wear. And the vinyl on this was fantastic. Let's see if we can. Let's take a peek. Let's just take a peek. Well, I can't. I think I've turned it. No. Let's see. It's where I can slide it out. My very dusty fingers. This is risky. I don't think it is. I've never found one in the wild. Ever. No, it's not. I've never, unless it's on side 2. Sometimes side, or that was side 2, wasn't it? That was side 1. Unless sometimes they're on side 2, or sometimes side 1 is and side 2 isn't. I've never found a Robert Lugwood mix in the wild. Unless I just didn't see it correctly. So, all right, what we got here? Who by Numbers, hadn't seen that in a while. Future Games. We'll have to examine that a little bit closer. These are very dusty. Umaguma. Let's see. Joe Walsh. Ooh, This feels funny. This is a German pressing. Let's see what kind of label's on here. It's a German pressing. He said he bought most of the Zeppelin albums date of release. So I'll have to check the matrix on that one. It's German, but it's not, I don't know what their labels. Eric Clapton at his best. Day at the Races. Rod Stewart. One of these boxes is loaded with some Rod Stewart. Oh, almost threw this box down. There's something left. Huh. Grinder Switch. Honest to goodness. On Capricorn. It must be some Southern rock. I've heard of them before. I don't think I've had that album. Let me go grab another crate. 2 more boxes to go, and then I'll do a big flip through. So if you're just hopping on, unboxing the stuff I got today. Now, I hadn't mentioned one thing about this, because if I do, we're going to have people ask about it. It's too late. I'm already heading over here. I also bought about 700 CDs, and it's the same kind of music. So we didn't even really count them. 4 boxes were sealed. I counted 2 of these big boxes, but, you know, AC/DC, Journey, CSNY 74, Clapton, U2, Grateful Dead, REM. This is like a killer CD collection. Metallica, Load, Rascal Flatts. There's some country in here. U2 Boy, Carole King, Jefferson Starship. Yeah, there's about 700 CDs. So those are, this is why we have to have lots of crates. Now, I mentioned that we're going to have a lot of people ask when those are for sale. Soon, but I'm definitely going to have to go through them. I think, you know, I'll pull out like the doubles and the box sets, but probably everything else I'm just going to straight price, and we may have an entire night. Well, this is a full box here. Let's see what we got. May have an entire night just to go through that stuff. So, all right. Let me get these in here. Get them all turned the correct way for John. He'll be in tomorrow morning to start cleaning these, inspecting them, pricing them, and sleeving them. Steve Miller Band, Anthology, CSN. I've listened to that a bunch. Uriah Heep, Deep Purple, Elton John, Firefall, Warren Zevon. Hey, somebody was looking for that last night. Don't see that Atlanta Rhythm section as often as you do the others. Eric Clapton Live. Oh, I see some more Zeppelin. That's always fun. Let me just put them in here. Okay, Stephen Stills, Aerosmith. There's another Allman Brothers. I think we had one of those in the... We got 2 of those. Where did I see another one of those at? Maybe not. Eat a Peach. Klaatu. Ooh. Let's see what this thing looks like. Well, the sleeves turned the wrong way. Well, that's very nice, though. I'm hoping that's as nice as the cover looks. Manfred Mann, Savoy Brown. There's a couple later Manfred Mann albums in here. Ones you don't see as often. Inner sleeve. This could be... Looks pretty nice. So there's a key to when you're looking at records for the first time. 9 times out of 10, if you pull out an album and the sleeve is the right way, and when you pull it out, it's almost like stuck in there, that's a good sign. That means it hadn't been pulled out in a long time, and it's probably been well taken care of. Certain albums, you can tell, he definitely liked more than others. They were played more. Got lots of Stephen Stills. Hadn't seen that in a little bit. Son of Dracula. Out of all the Jackson Browne albums, we see that one the least. Fleetwood Mac, Blood on the Tracks. Did I go through all those? I guess I did. Jackson Brown, Firefall, BTO, whoever was asking about that. I told you. Yep, BTO, it's going to be in... If somebody was alive between 65 and 79 and they were breathing and they liked classic rock, they bought a Bachman Turner Overdrive album, or at least ended up with one. They may have got it off their friend or... However... Wow, this is a lot of crates. I already had 2, 3 over here. I've went back 4 times, I think. We're going to have a lot to show tomorrow. I keep saying tomorrow night. It's Tuesday night. Tuesday night's when we're going to have all this ready for sale. Tuesday night. Led Zeppelin, 4-Way Street. I'll be looking forward to looking at that one because those are always tough to find. Jimmy Buffett Live. Man, we've got the entire Stephen Stills everything. Here's Wings Over America. Bob Dylan the Band. That's an instant seller. More Jackson Brown and more bread. This one's gone. All the liquor boxes. Records are always stored in vodka boxes. So what do y'all think? Should I do videos like this more often? If anything, record them and post them. Firefall, Lindsey Buckingham. Ooh. There's a couple imports in here. Mott the Hoople. Huh. Canned Heat Vintage. I don't think I've ever seen that before. This album is another one that usually has a lot of wear on the cover. Very nice. I might have to check my copy. This here may be going home because I've never seen a nice one of those. But we'll see. Neil Young, Joe Cocker. At first I thought that was ZZ Top because they had some kind of, not an album, but they had some kind of single in the 80s with the Egyptian dude there. King Tut looking thing. But it's actually Head East. Clapton. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Grand Funk Live. The Outlaws. Let's see what kind of Zeppelin 4 we have here. Inner sleeve. I think I looked at this one. Yeah, it's a 4-digit. It's a 4-digit. Gets your adrenaline up. I'm always worried when I go to buy a collection. You never know how it's going to go. You know, of course, I'm taking a long trip. Gas is very expensive. A whole day, which, you know, I don't really have days off. I enjoy this job so much as the owner. It's not really like I'm working. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm working right now. But anyways, you take a trip and, you know, you don't want to drive 3 hours and come up empty-handed. I rarely do. Sometimes I have to pay more than I wanted to close a deal. This guy was very easy to deal with. I made him a very fair offer. I explained to him everything. And then I think he got better. I think I paid him more for his CDs than maybe he was expecting. And just because I kind of glanced at them and they were better titles. I mean, this is all like fantastic CDs over here. So those won't be a problem selling. Yes, Wings, Allman Brothers, Eric Burden, Dave Mason. What's stuck in it? Original receipt. This receipt paper don't look old enough. I don't know. Can't make it out. I'm not good with cursive. Mott the Hoople. This was very nice. I remember checking this because I was like, whoa. It's a club pressing, but it's very nice. Of course, we don't get this in, but it's near mint. Nice cover. Very nice vinyl. You was inspired me to finally open a shop somewhere. You know, this is very fun, and obviously, I'm in it to. I enjoy what I do, so I don't feel like work. However, there is anybody that's watching that's a business owner tell you there's a lot of expense and dedication to running a business. I mean, you know, luckily I can spend as much time here as I want. If I had other commitments, obviously, y'all know, y'all watch me 5-6 nights a week on Facebook. It doesn't feel like I'm working, though. So, okay. Linda Ronstadt, Al Stewart, The Rascals, Stephen Stills, Loggins Messina, Seals and Croft. Let me figure out. I don't think I showed you all these. Linda Ronstadt, Al Stewart, The Rascals, Stephen Stills. Essential 70s stuff here. And plus, counting, actually not counting the, well, yeah, we have 8 or, let's see, 9. I guess we have 9 employees counting myself. So, very expensive to do it on the scale we do it in. Very expensive. This is Bobby Ross. This is the strangest record so far. It is sealed. Who is this? Bobby Ross Avila. Rare Earth, Poco. I've never seen that Justin Hayward. Night Flight. Justin Hayward from the Moody Blues. Never seen that one. There's the Ace album. We sold that the other night with multiple people backup. Never has the insert with it. Never has the souvenir photo book. Okay, so I think I've got them all unboxed, except I think there's one more box in my Tahoe along with 5 more boxes of CDs that look like this. So my table got full and I didn't know how much I could do with one hand. So if you're just hopping on, I just unboxed, I guess, 95% of everything. And let's go back through it one more time. These came from Birmingham, Alabama. Right outside is actually Fultondale. Guy reached out to me. He'd actually been waiting a while. I'm pretty backed up on getting back with people wanting to sell records. It's kind of hard on these longer trips. The way I'm pretty nocturnal, I either have to stay up for like 24 hours, which is not healthy, or I have to go in the afternoons, and which means if it's a 3 or 4 hour trip one way, that means it's hard to come back and be back on time for a Facebook Live sale. So that's why Wednesdays we really don't do anything, and Sundays, that leaves me 2 days to go out buying records and traveling, and I could be somewhere every day. So I either have to pass on a lot of stuff or I have to be very selective. And when it turns into this quantity and I see pictures, it's definitely worth the drive. Some people have about this many records, and they're 5 hours away. It's just not worth it, even though I would love to have them. But we try to do some stuff through mail. But, yeah, let me kind of just, I'm not going to flip through them all again. But, yeah, this was original owner collection. I think he probably started buying records. It looks like, I see some stuff as early as 64, 65. It looked like he was buying music pretty heavily between 67 and... I guess the latest thing I seen in here, the latest album, because I'm always curious, I try to find the last album he may have purchased. Some people can tell me. I forgot to ask him, but the Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason, that came out in 87, right? Where is it? It was in this first bin, I think. Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason came out in 1987, and that's the last album I've seen in here from that era. We had Huey Lewis. I don't know if anything else I seen was later than that. But it's mostly 70s, what I call dad rock. That's I don't call it that. That's what a lot of other people's calling it now. But your quintessential, your Meatloaf and your Kansas and your gets into some of the 80s with Journey. But original owner. And didn't really put it on Facebook because CDs... it's not a nuisance for us, but when we have records to sell, these always get pushed on the back burner. But there's 4 more boxes like this, and I think there's one other box of albums I'm missing because I didn't see the... yeah, there's definitely another box I don't think I've got out of my Tahoe yet. So, but that's it. So what we do from now is some of these you've seen had some pretty heavy dust on them. Like this record here, I remember looking at one of the Seegers. I think I looked at Night Moves. And the vinyl was really nice. And as you see, we're just going to have to wipe down the covers. That's not wear. That's some pretty heavy grime on them where they've been stored in a garage. Usually if they're like that, they've been stored in a garage with an open box, probably where somebody was doing automobile work or, you know, just a lawnmower stirring stuff around. But they clean up nicely. Luckily, obviously the vinyl's not exposed. So now we clean them and we price them. John will be here all day tomorrow working on all this. He'll check them. So if he happens to slide out the disc, if you see something in here and you don't see it Tuesday night, either he didn't get to it, or if he slides out the disc and it's beat up, it's totally trashed, then we'll never put it out. It'll just it'll be discarded. We don't put out anything that's damaged or low grade, unless it's something like, we'll definitely put out a VG copy of that. But if it's Doobie Brothers and it's a low grade record, it'll just end up in a dollar bin, or we just give them away or whatever. So that's it. Well, thanks for watching. I'm definitely going to go crate these off to the back and wash my hands and finish unloading my Tahoe. I'm going to get this video up on YouTube as well, so everybody can watch it on there. And we'll be live tomorrow night for Coins and Knives, if that interests you. If that doesn't interest you and you just want records, records are Tuesday. So we got those, and then I got these 45s. We just got cleaned up today. So on Facebook, y'all just seen about 20 of them. Those are all 80s. Those are all 80s picture sleeves there that Ed has cleaned today. Those are all going to be available for sale. Those are all 80s pop and rock picture sleeves. Going to try to have all those ready to show while we're showing albums tomorrow night or Tuesday night. And we'll have, of course, new vinyl arrivals as well. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all Monday night. If you don't watch Monday night, I'll see you Tuesday night for sure. Thanks, and good night.